Welcome to Campaign of France, episode 44, guys. I've signed us up for 3 contracts today. We are starting with the sorghum harvest contract. You can see it's small, but obviously most of them are small on this map. Here on field 13, I've also got us a fertilising contract, and as I mentioned before, I wanted to get a dribble bar for our Roxbow. So I have got one of those on lease because that's cheaper than buying it. A lot cheaper than buying it. It's cost 62,000 to buy, but the lease charge is £600 a day stroke month. And obviously the hourly charge isn't a great deal. So with the fields being so small, it makes sense just to lease the dribble bar. So I've got that, and then we also have field 49 silage baling contract, the other big long field. We know that one doesn't take too long, so we've got 3 different contracts to do today. Our soybeans are not ready for harvesting until next month. We've also got things to do in the yard. I need to put water in the greenhouses. We need to top up the cow barn with food. So we've got a whole load of things to do outside of the 3 contracts. We could also start cultivating our fields if we have time. So that's the broad plan for this episode, unless I decide to be spontaneous or another contract comes up. There are several other, I'll show you actually, several other contracts on there, but all the harvesting ones are root crop, red beet, parsnips, carrots, red beet, carrots, which is what we've been doing on our other map. So I'm not doing them on here. In the same way I'm not doing silage on the other map, I'm just doing that on here. So at the moment there's no other harvesting contracts. If we have time, like I said, we could cultivate some of our fields or do another silage contract, but I probably won't do that this time round. Our grass isn't ready for harvesting this month. Cutting this month. That will be next month. So we won't be doing that today either. Right. I'm assuming this may be our last pass. No, it's not, is it? We're going to have a tiny little strip left over. That bugs me. It's always the way. This sorghum needs to go to the co-op, by the way, not the Grand Moulin. And the last episode where the Field 40 failed, it came up again this month. But obviously we know we can't do that because it will just fail again in the same way Field 40, 45 always fails. Right, let's do this last little strip. And then we can empty the load out, go and sell it. So actually what we'll do is we'll jump in the class, see if we can get to it in time. To do a running unload. Yes. Right. So I will take this sorghum to the co-op. I'll sell this. Then I will come back to you guys when we'll do the fertilising contract. So we've got one of the smallest. We've got the dribble bar, but we've actually got one of the smallest possible fields to try it all out on. Field 3. But I just wanted to do it. That way I know whether it's any good for. Let's cut across here. If it's any good for other maps. Right, speak to you in a bit. Hey guys, I've sold the stuff, the sorghum at the co-op. So here we are, just doing the fertilizing contract very quickly. I can't find a smaller dribble bar than this one, so this is 18 meters. This is the one that comes with the pack. So it does the job. Obviously it'd be fine on a bigger field. Field 3 really is the worst one to use. It's pretty much the smallest field on this map altogether, other than field 2 across the way. But if you were using this on any other map, I think this would be fantastic. Yeah, I like it. I know it's expensive, which is why I've leased it. But I think this, between the dribble bar and the cultivator, the one that cultivates as it mixes it, between the two of them, you've got a lot of options. So I would have loved to have had this on Sri Lanka, but there was no manure selling point on there, and I wasn't going to add cows or pigs. The whole point of that map really was to focus on the root crop that came with the DLC. Nearly got all the way around without hitting the fence. Right, I just want to put this back on. There we are. Fantastic. Although I think I've caught it on the fence. Yes, there we are. Right, we're all good there. Right, let's now crack on with. Actually, I say that while that drops because the animation is slow. Let's take the payment for the two contracts, the fertilising and the harvesting. We've got £7,200 for this one. Plus we'll have loads of bales to put through the mini biogas plant. So I'm going to crack on with this. Later on we can take some of our existing silage bales, hay and straw, and top up the cow barn because that is running low. The other thing I needed to do was, I can't remember what it is right now. We need to sell some of our bread, our eggs and cake, so we can get some money from that later on today as well. So I will come back to you guys, I think, when I've almost finished with cutting the grass, and then it's time to do the baling. And I can't remember how many bales I get off of here, so I'm going to have a stab and then we'll see what the counter says. So see you in a bit. Right guys, here we go. We're just starting the baling on this field. You can see I've reset the counter, as I said. I want to say we got something like 18 bales out of this before. But I could be wrong. It's not like I'm going to look silly if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that's what we got before. Although last time I think was when we actually might have tried the bigger bales. So let's see how many we get. It's not going to take us a long time. And then we will take, I'm sure we're going to the mini BGA, our BGA. So we can take just under half, and that should complete the contract if we are lucky. Then that's our 3 contracts done for the day, and after I've taken the bales and I've completed the contract, I will come back to you guys and we can start some of the other jobs. I still managed to get a bale all the way down there. Look, it's a good job we've got an auto loader. I always use auto loaders just because I don't want to sit here putting all the bales manually on a trailer. I'm not sure it makes interesting content, and frankly it's boring. At least I find it boring, so I'm sorry if people don't like me cheating using an auto load bale trailer. As you've seen on many of my maps, I do lots of things. You know, some maps I'll make the silage manually using the bunkers, you know, and then I'll scoop it all up in the same way you've seen me scoop manure on this map. You know, I try to mix things up, but that's just one thing I just don't see the value in doing. A bit like doing stones. That's one thing I also don't do, is the stones, ever. Right, we're up to 15, so I think we're gonna get more than the 18, aren't we? Wow, 16, yeah, we are. We're gonna get close to 20 here, aren't we? 17. Right, well, that's definitely going to make it worthwhile, because there'll be 2 good trailer fulls. Or trailers full, I should say. My grammar isn't the best. There's the 18 that I talked about. So we're past that point. And it's 19. Are we going to get 20? Come on. No, we're not. No, we're just shy. Wow. Right. So turn off the baler, lift the pickup, and now fold the baler. Okay, so I'm going to take 9 bales then to try and complete the contract. Probably get away with 8, but there's no point in getting that carried away. We've got plenty of silage bales, and it goes into our own bunker anyway. It just won't be at the most optimal price. At least I think it's our mini BGA, so that's ours anyway. Right, let's go down and get that little bale before the trailer is full. Yes, there we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Transporting position. Right, I will get this to the BGA. I'll come back to you guys with the news, and when we're ready to start our next task. See you in a bit. Hey guys, here we are, just putting on the last pallet of eggs I've got on my low loader, so that we can sell those. I said earlier we've got some stuff to sell. I appreciate we're literally taking it just around the corner, but we're about to take the tractor and the low loader somewhere else, so I thought I would use it here anyway. Right, So hopefully we're going to make a small fortune on all these eggs. Yeah, we're still going. Then we're going to go and get our bread. God, that's 77,000, and we've still got these bits to go here. Yes, lovely, lovely, lovely. So that's another 6 on the 77. So that's just over 83,000. That flour I will sell at the end of the year when it's the best time. On the way to the bakery, we're going to just quickly throw the apples on the back there. Right, drop you on there. Right. Now we're going to go around the back and then come in the other way. So I can put that 2 pallets of bread on the low loader and then take that to the cow shed, the marketing store. Now this bakery, it's always slow when it takes the stuff, whether it's sugar, flour, apples, it doesn't matter what it is, it always takes forever. These cakes, at some point I need to sell those. You can see we've got a lot of cakes, but I don't think we've got, hang on, let's see what's the best. I did say we were going to sell the cake. We need to see where the best place is to sell the cake. Cake 10,000. The vending machine in town is the best place, although the relay is just around the corner and that's only 60 quid difference, so we'll just go there. But it's the bread I want to do first. Let's get both the pallets of bread. There we are. Take these to the marketing cow shed. It needs to have a better name than that, doesn't it? I think it's called the cow painted marketing shed or something. I mean, isn't that a mouthful? Let's offload both of these. This should be a bit more money. Let's see what we get. 12.2 plus 1.2 is 13. That's 13,500 there, isn't it? Right. Actually, I think because of the way the stuff in the way there, we're going to have to sell these one by one, I think, because I am never any good at carrying more than one, and the sell point is really close to the wall, and those gas tanks and this curb get in the way. It's really difficult. I've tried it several times. I always seem to make a mess of it. Right, so we've got cake to sell. Then what else was on my to-do list? Oh, we need to put water in the greenhouses. And we need to put some straw, hay and a little bit of silage in the cow barn. So, tell you what, it's going to be boring you guys watching me do that non-stop. Let's take this back, put the little tractor on the water tanker. There's another name for a tanker, isn't there? It begins with B. I'm sure it begins with B, and I can't remember what it's called. Bowser. Would that be a word for a tanker, or is that just a static tank? A water bowser. I'm going to Google that after I'm done here. Right. Let's... Right, how many of these have we done? Right, that one is full. Full. Right, so we can now back this little tank into the greenhouse. The apple trees are a great idea on this map. The problem is you've got multiple places to process the apples, and I just think there's not enough apples that come off the tree. Oh, sorry about that. There's not enough apples that come off the trees to do everything in the map, and you don't want to install 6, 7, 8 apple trees, because then that's all of your production capacity taken up, because each tree is a production. So the map designer could probably think about tweaking that a bit better, maybe doing the apples with this as they are now, but every time you do it you get 2 trees for each production maybe. And then I would have had 6 trees, and then more than enough apples to do the beignets all year round. Also do a little bit of yogurt maybe, and then maybe you get 3 trees for each one, because you've also got the apple juice production as well as that. So there's 3 ways to use the apples, and that's even without selling them directly. Right, let's fill this tanker up, and then it's ready for next time, and we can then go to the yard and put hay and silage into the cow barn. Right. So if we go with 4 of each, round hay, start. That should more or less top them up. It's probably not enough, to be honest, because you don't get a lot of hay in these bales, but that'll certainly keep us going for a while. We can then top them up again in the winter, in a few months' time, when we've got nothing else to do. The hay looks pretty low there, doesn't it? Oh, come on. Right, let's get the other 2, and we'll do the straw.
Are you recording?
Let's get the bales now. Straw, there we are, there's 4 there, perfect. Right, so we can do those in a minute. And then we'll take some of all of those silage bales. We've got a lot of bales. In fact, what I might do actually is get a couple of those the really big bales of silage we did. The unrealistic sized ones. Right. Okay. The last thing I need it's 10:38 in game, so the robot isn't going to shut off the area. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 2 on pick it up, and then I'm just going to get, I think as one 50,000 litre bale. Silage 25, yeah, there we are. We can do that. And that will more than top up the silage. No, my luck, it'll break the game. Right, let's drop you in there. Fantastic, the straw's full up. Let's get this silage bale. Oh yes, it's like one big cheese. Right, let's put him in, 50,000 litres. I'm wondering if that'll even fill it up, you know. What do we reckon? Yeah, it's going to fill it up. Well, fantastic. Right, so I think that's it for this episode. Oopsie. I think that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. I will see you next time.